right away because I have a lot to share in 15 minutes of time. So welcome to Building Frictionless Customer Journeys with Drupal, Mautic and Unomi. My name is Lee. Voilà. I'm Chief Marketing at Drupal, and digital customer experience is really my passion for over 15 years. What I love to do and what we're doing at Drupal is making complex marketing technology understandable and accessible to as many companies as possible. And that's exactly what my session is about. I would like to show you today a few open source marketing tools that can make such journeys accessible and that are perfectly fit to integrate in Drupal. So let me first start off with an example of such a frictionless customer journey. Now this is Sophia. Sophia, she's 27, she's a teacher, she's about to get married, and she's very creative. And today she's looking for a gift to surprise her mom at Mother's Day. So she's scrolling across her Instagram feed and she comes across an ad, a sponsored ad by Florista. And Florista is the fictitious company today that I'll be using for this example. So when she clicks through on that ad, she lands on a Mother's Day campaign page, and at the very bottom of the page, there's 3 blog items which relate to the Mother's Day campaign, but which are actually regular items from the blog. But since Sophia comes in via the Mother's Day campaign, and she clicks through to the first blog article, there is immediately some personalization at the bottom of that page. It's very small in the screenshot, but it shows a form where we try to capture her email address in downloading like some cool tips or DIY flower pieces for Mother's Day. So this catches her eye and she's immediately interested and she downloads that tutorial. So she receives an email right in her inbox to download it and to continue with her plans. But at the same time, she also receives a call from her friend about her upcoming wedding and she forgets all about her mom. So we lost her in her journey. Her journey was cut off because simply she had something else to do. 3 days later, we sent her another email because we have her email address, we know her interest at this point, and we ask her how she's doing with the flower piece creating for her mom and if we can help her with other tips to celebrate Mother's Day. And there we have her back. We have her attention again, and we can drag her back to our website. And when she now arrives on the website, the homepage for Sophia looks slightly different than for a normal visitor. On the right-hand side, you see the personalization variant for Sophia. So she gets a form in the left upper hand corner to subscribe for workshops, because we know that she's not only looking for something for her mom, but on the other hand, she's really creative. She looks for DIY solutions rather than buying flowers. And the same personalization goes in the newsletters that we send her from then on every month. So again, each month it's an opportunity to bring her back to the website with content that is interesting for her, so the chances are very high that she clicks on it and she returns. Now, this is just a simple example of how such a personalized journey can look like. The most part of the session is about how you build that with Drupal and other marketing tools. What I would like to show you is how you are creating such a personalized homepage with specific content blocks for specific visitors. How you can also bring that personalization in your emails, in your newsletters, and how you can build very intuitive web forms in your Drupal websites that immediately start marketing automation workflows. I'm building this today with 3 technologies. Drupal is the centerpiece. It's the North Star. It's our content management system. It's the tool that marketers use every day. And besides Drupal, I'll be using Mautic, which is an open source marketing automation platform, which is perfectly integrated with Drupal. And on the third part is Unomi. Unomi is a customer data platform engine for which Drupal has built a UI on top of it, and where you will be creating these customer segments that you can use to do the personalization in Drupal and in your emails. And when we are building such personalized journeys at Drupal, we typically have, or we use, an insight-driven approach to that. It starts by getting insights in your visitors. The cool thing is that both Unomi and Mautic put first-party cookies on your website, meaning that all the third-party cookie stuff, you don't have to worry about it. First-party cookies will still go on for a while, so it's still a very relevant way to capture data on your own website, on your own channels by your own visitors. So with that insight, you can build segments. You can do that both in Unomi and Mautic. I will show that right away. And with those segments, you can use them to personalize your content across all channels. So in Mautic for the emails and in Drupal for all your websites. And then you're good to go. Except, yeah, of course, you also want insights in your campaigns. You want to know how good your campaigns are doing, and that is something that I will show you today, how to get those insights in Google Analytics and also in Mautic. And then you start over, because you always keep learning on which experiments work and which don't work so well. So you keep improving and you keep on working. This is a screenshot from the Unomi part. So it's the customer data platform that Drupal is using to get insights in website visitors. What you see on this screen is our artificial intelligence who detects different kinds of behavioral patterns from visitors on the website, and it puts them into different groups. So in this case, you see 4 groups of people who interact with different kinds of contents, with different metadata, with different copy on your website. And from here, you can transfer such groups of people that interact with similar type of content into segments. And those segments you can use to personalize your website. That's the first way to get these insights and to build segments out of it. Another way is to use the typical rule-based segments. So in the example of Sophia, she comes in via an Instagram ad. It's very simple to build a rule based on the UTM parameters that she takes in to say, I want everyone that comes from the campaign Mother's Day to be in the Mother's Day segment. So that's another way to build interesting segments on your website visitors, and that you can use immediately to personalize or give them different content, like in the example of Sophia. Once you've built those segments, then you want, of course, to personalize your website. This is a screenshot from Drupal. You should all be familiar with that. It's the new layout builder, where you see on this page, we have 3 buttons. Of course, you don't want to show the 3 buttons to everyone, but for each different visitor segment, you show another button. So when you click on the button properties, the property window pops up, and of course, for a button, you enter a title, a URL, but at the bottom section of the properties window, there's also the Unomi segment selection. So there you enter for which segments this button, or in fact, any other part of the content on the page, should be visible. So very easy for marketers. You can do it directly into Drupal, no specific or separate marketing tools that you need to use for website personalization. Very easy, very straightforward, and the segments, yeah, they come straight from Unomi. So that's also easy. The same goes for emails. The screenshot you're seeing here is from the Mautic email builder, and there is one, it looks very similar to other email builders, but there's one really cool component that you can use in Mautic. It's called dynamic content. And when you drag and drop that in your email, you get to customize the content for that part. So in this case, we have 4 variations of this content. And for each variation, you can tell for which segments it should apply. So you can do here specific email filters, but you can also reuse the segments that you just built in Unomi on the website, that you have exactly the same content segmentation in your emails, so that you have a frictionless, consistent journey across the different channels. And the last part of your personalization journey is the tracking. So we got the insight on our visitors, we built the segments, and we put the personalization live across the different channels. But now we want some insights on how our campaigns are doing. So for that, we also integrate these Unomi segments into Google Analytics or Mautic Analytics as a custom dimension. So that means for Google Analytics, you can have any report filtered or split out or drilled down for the 4 segments that we just created in our CDP. So that you can see, since I've started doing a specific campaign on the Mother's Day segment, for example, do they convert more? Do they spend more time on my website? Do they see more sessions, more pages per session, or did the bounce rate decrease? So you can track all the different website parameters now per segment. So this gives you great insight in how your personalization experiments are doing and where you should maybe still optimize it. The last part of my demonstration is about form creation. So again, a screenshot from Mautic, where as a marketeer, you will be creating all your web forms. It's a very intuitive UI, so you can add different fields, you can drag the order of fields, and immediately the data is stored in your marketing database, so you can use it for campaigns and for mailings. If you'd like to, you can also follow up a form with a very extensive follow-up journey with emails being sent right away or after 3 days or only upon non-engagement. So it's a very extensive solution. But the cool part is also the ease of integration into Drupal. So for that, again, we go to the Drupal interface. And when you're adding new content on a page, you can choose custom a block, a content type. So that can be a text, that can be an image or a call to action, but it can also be a marketing automation form. And when you select this type of content, you get, again, the properties panel where you can put a title or a text to it, but where you very simply can select any form that you just created in Mautic. And by just selecting the form here, you put it in the website. So the result of this is that the form is there. The form is nicely layouted because it inherits from your Drupal style guides. It's automatically responsive. So it's very easy for marketers to put forms on any landing page or on campaign pages, straight from Mautic into Drupal. So everything I've built so far is using Drupal really as a centerpiece. It's using Mautic for everything related to email sending, form creation, and marketing automation follow-up journeys. And it's using Unomi as a customer data platform underlying. And there's 3 Drupal modules that we've created at DropSolid to really support a seamless integration between both. The Mautic paragraph is the Drupal plugin that you need to embed your Mautic forms very easily in Drupal. And the DropSolid personalization and Unomi modules are also open sourced and allow you to, on one hand, capture all the data into Unomi, and on the other hand, the DropSolid personalization allows you to add segments from Unomi to any content in your Drupal websites to show or hide them for particular audience segments. So this brings me to my very, very quick version of our demo, and it brings me to tell you that open source marketing technology really allows or makes digital experiences accessible to any organization. Now, I'm not sure if there's questions in the chat. We might have a few more minutes left, but if you're curious to see more, I'm also very happy later to jump on a call and show you a live demonstration or give you more details about the technologies I've just used and showed in my very quick demo.
Eileen, there is a question in the chat from Max. He's asking, do you run Unomi locally, or is it what drops?
What DropSolid is providing is the Unomi hosting, if you'd like so, but you can also host Unomi wherever you'd like, because it's an open source tool. But what DropSolid is providing on top of Unomi is the user interface that I just showed, where you can build the segments either with rule-based or with the AI engine. That is something specifically that DropSolid offers on top of Unomi. But the Unomi engine really is, can be run anywhere you like it.
We have another question does integration with Unomi or Mautic have a negative impact on page load time?
No, it shouldn't. There's two scripts which are put on the page, of course, to track the behavior. But the scripts are loaded asynchronously from the page, so it shouldn't have a negative impact on page load times. No. Do we
and
have?
Then I think the last question is about the slides.
Yeah, sure. I can I can give you a link to the slides, Peter. No problem. They're not posted anywhere yet, but yeah, we can follow up afterwards. That's no problem. I see one more question popping up. Major differences with HubSpot. That's always a tricky one. The most important difference is that it's open source. So you're not tied to HubSpot or any other proprietary vendor with very costly contracts. Besides that, yeah, of course, there will be some features that differ between any platform. But I think the most important one is that it's open. It's very easy to integrate in Drupal, and due to the fact it's open, it's also very customizable. Personalization only with paragraphs. In Drupal 8, it works with paragraphs, but actually, or no, let me rephrase that. The Drupal module that comes with the personalization out of the box works with paragraphs, but in fact, any content type or any content block can be personalized, as well as in the new layout builder. Yeah, indeed, it's blocks. That's what I showed in the demo as well. I hope that that clarifies your question, Karim. And then we have one more from Cameron. Possible to plug in other customer data platform like Salesforce? Sure, why not? Like the two other components, Drupal and Mautic, can work with any other customer data platform. Just like Drupal and Unomi can work with any other marketing automation solution. So the three components that I've showed you, they all work standalone, and either one of them can be replaced with other technology. Just the fact that the three together are fully open source and they're neatly integrated. But of course, if you already have a customer data platform in place, it might not make sense to replace it with Unomi. So it is certainly possible to plug in another one. Final questions? Otherwise, I think we need to wrap up. So let me wrap up by thanking you all for joining the session. I hope you learned something new, and I look forward to connecting further, maybe during this DrupalCon, and to talk further about this. Enjoy your day, enjoy DrupalCon. Bye-bye.